Pro Castle Hell Colony build. This gets asked quite often, so here you go. This is one good example of an Hell Colony build you can use to clear out the full second world in your early steps when you are starting out your game. This account here has done around 7,000 waves, and with this I will clear the last Hell Colony, which has the difficulty rating of 30,000. The build itself has a lot of similarities to the Earth Colony build I made and posted earlier, so if you haven't seen it, watch it first. I will also link it in the description. It goes through how to play the build basically and all the basic mechanics, so we can just continue building from that. The main change between Earth Colony and Hell Colony is that, unlike in the Earth Colony, in Hell Colony we are constantly being bombarded by enemy projectiles, meaning our castle is constantly taking damage. So instead of just focusing on crowd control, we need to bolster our defenses and increase our healing so that we can survive long enough that we can actually destroy the enemy castle. Which is why, compared to the Earth Colony build, in this build we have replaced Windy with Blue Defender, who is a superb unit for boosting your both castle defense and castle HP. Extremely nice hero for your colony builds from this point onward until your very late game. Then we have replaced Giant Ogre with Druid. Druid doesn't need to be leveled, he doesn't even need to be promoted, you only want him for the 5% increased defense from having an end on the battlefield. So it's just a minor defense boost for your castle, so you can tank a couple of more hits before dying. And finally, we have replaced the Golem Master with Dark Elf. Dark Elf heals our castle, but in early game, Elf healing is extremely weak. And especially because we don't have any items and we don't have the physical skill tree for this setup. But I wanted to include Elf in here because you can use this build for Hell Colonies, but you can also use this for most of your Orc Colonies as well. And the further and further you go in there, the more and more important your healing will be. So you will definitely at some point want to have Dark Elf in your build. Now, during your run, if you feel you are getting overrun by the enemy, so our only crowd control basically in here is the Dark Ice Wizard. And if that's not enough for you, you can try replacing Druid with Giant Ogre. So keep Giant Ogre from the Earth Colony build and use that instead. It will give you slightly less defense, so you can take a couple of less hits before dying. But if that's the difference you need in your crowd control to be able to survive, then that's an option you can try and do for yourself and see which works better for you. But the Druid increase our defense, which allows us to tank more hits. Otherwise, the build plays out exactly like the Earth Colony build. You just want to cast your damage dealers and conquer the enemy castle, be able to do that. And again, none of the units are using any items in this build on this account yet, so you don't have to farm any items for this. And if you do have some items, damage items for your damage dealers or crowd control items or whatever you might have been able to get, you can probably clear these out even a little bit faster. But the Hell Colonies compared to Earth Colonies don't have as high priority to be completed ASAP. Sure, you can do it really in early game, but the Earth Colony gives you the vast majority of your early game gold income, while the Hell Colony only gives you small pocket change compared to that. It does boost your Town Archer's damage, so the sooner you complete them, the sooner you can get the benefit for your Town Archers. But if it takes you 1,000 more waves to do it, it's not going to be a big deal, so don't take stress about the Hell Colonies. As long as you have the Earth Colonies completed, that's going to be fine. The skill tree in here is very much the same as what we had in the Earth Colony build. There's only 2 more skill points compared to that video, so just 2 more points for our lightning damage dealers, and there's still a couple of critical damage nodes left out, so if you have more points, take those as well and you will be good to go. In the treasure section, we have a very defensive selection of treasures. We have the red potion, we have the whip, and we have the unicorn shield. All of these together allow us to tank more hits and be able to survive longer against the colonies. If you feel like you don't need this much defense, and you can survive even without it, you can try replacing the red potion with sharp arrow to boost your kill time, make it faster to clear those colonies. But this will work, and I would recommend starting and trying with this and see how it goes. Your Power Claw is the best offensive treasure we have, so you want to include that to boost your Town Archer's damage and also your every single auto unit's damage for this build as well. And again, here are all the promotions of every hero we used in this build, and the levels of the units are something that are quite easily achievable at this point of your game, especially if you have been following the Earth Colony build and complete your Earth Colonies earlier on. And if you have farmed even a little bit of gold for some reason, you might have these levels even on an earlier level, so that means you can just clear these colonies out faster as well at that point. But this account particularly has just been AFK waving. I haven't done any kind of farming on it, so these levels are easily achievable at this wave level, so around 7,000 waves in your game. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. I will try to give you an answer. Again, I will link a couple of more lightning build videos in the description and in the comments as well. I would recommend checking those out as well. But thank you very much for watching this one. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.